She is very funny. Please give a warm welcome to Taylor Parker.
Careful here. How you guys doing tonight? Yeah. Thanks for coming out. So you guys look like a really trustworthy audience, so I'm going to go ahead and make a confession, okay? I did something last weekend that I swore I would never do, and I'm not proud of it. Please don't judge. Last weekend, I went and auditioned for a reality TV show. Yeah! I'm an actress. We don't do these things, right? You know, we're supposed to respect the art, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, I really need money, and the times are tough, you know, with the economy, and so I figured I should do as many auditions as I can. And I'm actually not ashamed to tell you where I went. I was really excited. I went and auditioned for The Biggest Loser. Anybody watch The Biggest Loser? Yeah! I love The Biggest Loser, and I really wanted to get on. Now, the bummer is I was actually rejected from The Biggest Loser. Turns out I am a loser, but I'm not a big enough loser. You know? And I kind of knew that this was going to happen because when I got there, I realized that everybody else in line was a lot more qualified, shall we say, which, you know, was kind of cool because as I walked down the line, I could see that women were actually checking me out and kind of giving me the evil eye, you know? And I know that evil eye because I give it all the time. I gave it to her when she walked in. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. The point is this. They were giving me the evil eye, and one woman actually kind of looked in my direction, and she mouthed, "Skinny bitch." And I was like, oh my God, thank you. You know? That was the first. That was cool. And actually, I recommend it. Like, if anybody here is feeling not so great about their body, like, even if you don't have a lot of weight to lose, but you just have, like, a muffin top that's driving you crazy, I recommend going to The Biggest Loser audition. Because it'll turn your frown upside down. I mean, it had me looking at the glass half full for the first time, you know? Like, instead of thinking, like, I'm fat for a skinny person, I think I'm skinny for fat people. It's nice. And it was also the first time I've ever been rejected because of my size, like because I'm too thin. So it was totally a self-esteem booster. Now the problem is I still do need to lose weight, and I'm going to have to do it on my own. And the reason I know I still need to lose weight, even though I'm like, you know, skinny fat person, is that I had an aha moment about 30 seconds ago when I lost my breath coming up that stair. One stair, for those of you who can't see the back. Little palpitation. So it is time. I got to do it. It's not about the vanity anymore. It's about the health. And I have such a hard time. A friend of mine actually has this theory I'm going to share with you because I think it's kind of awesome. Her theory is the reason I can't lose weight or I have trouble with it is because I'm mixed. Because I'm half black and half white. Let me explain. She says that my black side is like holding on to the weight because she thinks I look good, you know, subconsciously speaking. And, you know, I'm just thick, right? But my white side is like just disgusted with myself and just like hates my body and just pissed off at God that I don't have the metabolism of a meth addict. Wouldn't that be great? A meth addict metabolism, but without all the meth, of course. That'd be nice. I think I'm going to put that on my vision board. And I thought about it. You know, I thought like, wow, that'd be really cool if all of my eating stuff just sort of boiled down to like a psychological struggle between my two ethnic cores. And I thought about it, and I thought, well, that'd be cool, but actually it has a little less to do with racial identity and more to do with donuts. I love donuts. But I also love being mixed. I have to say, I do, because the cool thing about being mixed. Woo! My mixed cousin. She likes being mixed too. But let me tell you what the cool thing about being mixed is, and I'm not trying to brag, all you non-mixed people out there, but the cool thing is when you're mixed, you get to play two cards. The black card and the white card. Now, the black card, super simple, right? I play it all the time. I throw that bad boy down whenever I can. Like, if I get sat at the back of a restaurant, when I go to a restaurant, I just pull the manager over and I say, excuse me, is this because I'm black? And you know what? Usually get a free dessert. Or, like, if I'm shopping on Beverly Boulevard at some fancy boutique and some bitch is giving me the evil eye, like, I'm going to steal something, I just call her out on it. I say, what? Is that because I'm black? And you know what? 20% discount all the time. But I have to say, my most beneficial black card throwdown was last November when we voted. Do you guys remember voting? Woo! Yeah. I was made to stand in line for like 20 minutes when I voted. And so when I got to the front, I asked the guy running the place, I'm like, excuse me, sir, is that because I'm black? You know what? He was so afraid of me causing a stink that he let me vote twice. That's called progress, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So yeah, I use the black card, like I said, all the time. The white card's a little tricky. I haven't really figured out how to use that. I really haven't had the opportunity yet, so it's nice and shiny and new. But that's cool, because as long as I get the perks of being black, then I don't even need that white card, that silly white card. And yes, there are perks, okay? Perk number one, my favorite perk, is the fact that I never have to worry about being politically correct, you know? Because I'm black. So I get to say whatever I want. Black people can say whatever they want. They can't always do whatever they want, but they can say, right? You're power to the people. But they can say whatever they want. Case in point, if I wanted to say the N-word, I could. I'm not going to, because it would be totally inappropriate. Plus my mom is here, and she'd probably drag me off stage and spank me. Yes, my white mama would spank me. Which some of you actually might not mind seeing me spanked. And if that's you, you're gross. That's my mom. You're special. The other cool thing about being black is the fact that I can just say the word black and not even worry about offending somebody, you know? Because like white people see it all the time. They go to say black, and then they're like, oh, African American. I don't have to worry about that. Or my favorite thing is people of color, which is really just a fancy way of saying colored people, right? Which is kind of offensive, so watch it. And it's kind of tricky for white people because we just keep switching it up like every 10, 15 years or so. And if you think we do it on purpose just to make you confused, you're right. Ha ha. So I'm gonna transition here. I don't know how to do it. I worked all night trying to figure out how to transition. You ever do that and you got nothing? I'm gonna talk about something totally different than race because I know it makes us all really uncomfortable. And I'm gonna talk about the fact that I studied theater. Anybody study theater here? We got some drama majors. Yeah, I studied theater, so I'm a nanny. And being a nanny is actually really cool. It's a lot like being a babysitter, except that I'm 29 years old, so I'm a nanny. See how that works? I'm actually really excited about turning 30 this year because then I become an au pair. So yeah, I'm a nanny, and I love working with kids. I really, really do. In fact, sometimes I substitute teach here and there, just for kicks and for money. And one of the places I substitute is this really great school. It's like this private, independent West Side school. You know, I can't say the name because a lot of celebrities' kids go there, so it's contractual obligations. But the cool thing about that school, I mean, here's the thing. It's a great school. I hope my kids can go there someday. But it's not really that great for my self-esteem because all of the parents there, almost all the parents there, are like successfully working in the entertainment industry. And then there's me, you know, your pseudo-obese stand-up nanny who auditions for reality TV in the hopes that she'll get health insurance. So it hurts my self-esteem. But like I said, the cool thing about working there is that the kids teach me lessons every day. You know, sometimes you think that these kids have it all, you know, they're rich and they're going to be successful automatically because their parents are. But the thing is, they don't have it perfect. You know, what they teach me is that everybody has pain, everybody has a hard life. Like just the other day, I was teaching in a first grade classroom and this little girl walked in, tears in her eyes, huge tears, and she came right up to me and gave me a hug and said, "I'm having a hard morning." Oh my God, you know, it's the first thing in the morning, she's already sobbing. I said, "Well, what's wrong?" Thinking it's going to be like, my Labradoodle ate my iPhone or something like that. So I leaned down and I said, "What's wrong?" And she says, "My daddy left us." I said, "Oh shit, this is heavy, right? Like I'm going to actually have to like do something about this." And so I said, "Well, do you know, did he say where he was going, you know?" And so she took a breath and said, "Sundance." And I was like, "Oh, honey, what's your daddy's name?" Like a business card, email address. Thank you so much for coming out today.
Taylor Parker, ladies and gentlemen.